Hallo Freunde, schön aufgepasst, hier kommt der SpieleBlog zu euch nach Haus.
Hallo liebe Zuschauer, in diesem Video möchte ich euch God of War vorstellen. Das Kartenspiel, welches bei CMON erscheinen wird, voraussichtlich Vertrieb bei Asmodee. Im ersten Teil möchte ich euch ein paar Infos jetzt geben. Allgemein zum Spiel ist ja ein bekanntes Konsolen-Videospiel in dem Fall. Und im zweiten Teil bekommt ihr sogar eine Regelerklärung geliefert. Allerdings hier gleich der Hinweis, das Ganze ist auf Englisch gehalten, ist aber gar nicht so schwer, das Ganze zu verstehen. Und hier bekommt ihr einen super Überblick. Beginnen wir erst einmal mit dem allgemeinen Spiel. God of War ist ja ein bekanntes Videospiel, ist sehr wuchtige Kämpfe, atemberaubende Szenarien und eine tolle Geschichte, die hier natürlich eine Rolle spielt. Und im Spiel, praktisch im Kartenspiel, kontrollieren die Spieler Charaktere aus dem Videospiel, während sie sich quasi durch die Szenarien bewegen, die in dem Fall, wird man auch nachher sehen, aus mehreren Karten bestehen und die jeweils eine besondere Herausforderung darstellen, die natürlich die Spieler bewältigen müssen. Ja, die Aktionskarten, die man hat, die muss man verwenden und natürlich sein eigenes Deck verbessern mit diversen Upgrades, um die Kräfte gegen die Feinde dann freizusetzen. Die Figuren, die ihr nachher seht, das sind Pappfiguren, die sollen auch so beibehalten werden, also wird auch der Preis quasi in einem angenehmen Rahmen bleiben. Also das nur als kleiner Hinweis. Ja, und bevor wir loslegen, in dem Fall, man sieht ja noch ein paar Bilder, also die Spieler müssen quasi zusammen mehrere einzigartige Quests durchlaufen, durchreisen dann in dem Fall, die quasi durch die Szenarienkarten dargestellt werden. Es gibt besondere Ereignisse, die man bewältigen muss. Wie gesagt, ich habe es ja bisher einmal gespielt und da waren schon ein paar Besonderheiten dabei. Und natürlich, was natürlich auch ganz wichtig ist, Feinde auf ihrer Reise bekämpfen, um quasi am Ende so eine ultimative Herausforderung zu erreichen. Und das ist der Endgegner und das ist der Big Boss. Und jetzt würde ich sagen, wir schauen in die Regelerklärung rein von einem Mitarbeiter von CMON, welcher uns das Spiel vor unserer ersten Partie erklärt hat. Und da bekommt ihr nochmal genauere Infos über das Spiel. Und deswegen sage ich Tschüss und viel Spaß mit der Regelerklärung.
So at the beginning, what you do is that you decide where you're going to start. So this is the scene that the mission that we're doing. The way that works is that if you're here, you can interact with these two things. If you're here in this, only with the column that you're in. And also when the monsters here, when the enemies are attacking, they can only attack, like if it's a melee attack, you can only attack here and here. So if someone else was here, when this guy attacks, he attacks this guy and this one, right? If this one is attacking, he's not attacking this one because it's not close there, right? And so on. When it's a ranged attack, it has this symbol. When it's a melee, it's this one. The range attack, you see, there's no arrows on it. So the way it works, when an enemy attacks a range, it attacks the player who's farthest away from here, from him. So if you're here, he's attacking this guy here. Another thing about positioning here is that you can have only 2 spaces per column. So you can have like this, and in fact, if someone's in front, it makes a difference because when this guy is attacking with melee attacks, he always attacks the guy who's in front. So it works as a shield kind of thing. So you can actually like switch in order to get damage and so on. When it's range attack, you can choose. So if it's range attack, it's either one of these two. You guys choose which one. This is a co-op game. Everybody is in the same team. How the game works. We're gonna start. You can put your guys there anywhere. Doesn't matter. Okay. Who's in front here?
Thank you for volunteering.
All right. So we're gonna choose. You can start. You have the X. Okay. Or let's start with creators here. So what you can do is you have, if I'm not mistaken, 3 possible actions that you can do. You can move, but you can only move once, and you can move to anywhere. So you can go from here to here to here, it doesn't matter. You only have to respect that the maximum of 2 characters in the space, right? So you can move, you can attack, and you can interact with the scenery, right? In any particular order. So you can, and attack is limited by your hands, your cards. So you can actually like attack, move, attack again, or attack, move, attack, and interact. And that's in any particular order that you want, but movement it's only once. That's the only thing, right? So when you're attacking, you are either attacking the guy right in front of you or the guys in the back, right? In order to attack this guy, it can either be by a melee attack or a ranged attack. So here with range you can choose to attack this guy or this guy, doesn't matter. With melee, it has to be the guy in front, okay? When you attack, so the game, everybody's gonna shuffle their cards and you're gonna buy 7 cards, 2, 4, 6, 7. The deck has 14, so you're buying like half of your deck right now. This is your initial hand. I'm just gonna leave it open just to explain, okay? You have basically 4 or 5 different kind of cards. So you have the normal attack ones, so it's either melee or ranged. You have the cards that do plus damage, they're all black. So this like combos with this one, or with that one, doesn't matter. So if this is like this, it's 3 damage, so 0 plus 3 is 3, right? And so on, and you can do this as many as you like this is 6 damage, 8, and so on, right? You can actually do multiple attacks as well if you want. Like you can do like 6 here, and then here you do like 3. But it's 2 different attacks, right? Every time you use a card attacking that has this symbol here, you're getting your special ability up. So for each one that you use, you go up 1, okay? Once the special ability hits the end, you can activate it. And also to activate, you can use it in any order. Like you can start activating the ability and then attacking and then moving and then, so any order you like, right? The abilities, they are described in here. So in Kratos, he does 3 damage and he also heals 3 life points from here. Okay, and once you use, it goes back to 0. Okay, you do 2 damage in 2 different guys, and it cannot be blocked. I'll explain the block later. These guys I never played with, so I have to read it. You may move once with Brock and once with Sindri in each round. Okay, so this is just explaining the characters. You continue playing it with and the ability. Okay, so if you actually have 2 abilities, right? So this one gives you 3 defense. So this card here is defense, the shield one, because the way the game works is that you're gonna use the cards, attack or do whatever. At the end of your turn, you're gonna flip 1 card here, and the rune that it's right here in the upper corner, it's the activation of the scenery. So every single card that has this symbol will activate. So in this case, will be this guy and this one too. The other ones, they don't have the symbol, right? So both activate. So first this one and then the other one, they attack you and so on. When the things are attacking you, when you're taking damage, you can use your cards to defend the damage. So in this case, this guy is attacking 3 on Kratos. He can use she can use her card in block 2, and she only takes 1 damage. Or she can use both of the cards in block 3 and no damage is taken. There are some cards that have some special ability here. So in this case, it says deal the damage back to the attacker. So she will give 3 damage back at him, and so on. Okay, so you got the your normal attacking cards, you got your defense cards, and the plus, it can be in any of those. Either, and there's special cards like purple ones. Basically, they're the ones that are doing more damage, and you guys are the supporting role kind of thing. So you have more purple cards than you still have attacking cards and defense cards as well, but you have more purple cards that are like magic or abilities that you can use.
So just
This one is a black card and it's plus and plus. But I still have to figure out.
if they
Oh no, because it's or.
column.
Yeah, it's or. Either this or this. And it has a. You can only use it for the same color. Okay, so this is all the cards that you have. So you got blue, red, yellow, black, and purple, right? The purple cards, the purple cards you can use any time, even if it's not your turn. Okay. Or if it says something in the card, like after someone takes damage, then you use the card, then you have to do it in that way. All right? So
Cancel all damage.
yeah, very good. So it's her turn. She did everything she wanted to do. It's at the end of the turn, a card flips, everything activates, the damage is distributed, everybody can like defend, do whatever, and then it's your turn. And then you can move, attack, do whatever, and you flip a card at the end, and now it's the X that activates, so it's this guy, so he's going to do the attack, and so on, and so on, and so on. It's one card for each one of you, so you play, you flip a card, you play, you flip a card, and then you play and flip a card. And then once the round is over, there's still one more card that's going to be flipped. So it's a total of activation, the number of players plus one, right? And the thing is that after the round is finished, you're gonna use these cards that were flipped here, and you guys can buy them to your deck. Actually, buy, I'm not sure if is the correct word. You just take one and it's yours. There's no money involved. There's nothing. Okay, so you just discuss. Okay, I think this is better for Kratos because he does a lot of damage, or we need to heal and whatever. So each one takes one. This card goes straight up to. So you will buy this card in the next round. You will draw this card in the next round, right? So it goes straight up. For all of you guys, one stays here, just go to this card pile, and game continues. All right? If someone dies, runs out of life, the player is knocked out. The game is played into the scenario, the whole thing, the campaign is done in 3 different games. So if you're knocked out in this one, which is this one that we're playing, you're out of this game until we finish. If we win this scenario, this game, everybody comes back in the next one. Okay, so if you're killed, you're not killed. You're just knocked out, and you can come back if we win the game and come back in the second one. This is like 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and 30 minutes, kind of like that.
Okay. Wie viele Karten kriegt man am Anfang?
Sonst wäre man ziemlich easy tot.
Yeah. Like what we usually do is that we present the thing, but we only play the one campaign. Yeah. Because the other ones are pretty much the same thing, but more difficult, more rules, more things, but it's the same set of everything. And the only difference is that once you finish this one, then you have to choose which one are you going. You can read the stuff here. You still don't have a complete idea of what's going on, but there's a little bit of explanation here. And let's say we're gonna do the ogre, so it's number 3. You're gonna get the number 3 here and do the panorama. The thing here, it says where the card is. So it's in the top because it's right here, and it's the right here. Okay. Yeah. Like that. Yes. Okay. And if it's red, you flip the card because the scenario is gonna react. Okay. And this is how it works. Each card has a symbol here. And this is how the scenario reacts. Okay, so if you kill this guy, which is the skull thing, it's flipped, spoiler alert, and then something happens, right? And now there's a new activation thing for this thing here. There's no beasts or anything you don't have to kill, but something happens. And it goes on like that. For this guy, it flips every time he attacks. So he's attacking and he's flipping. This one when he dies. This one is this is like in the boss kind of thing. You can kill him first, but it's usually like the last guy who get killed in this scenario, because both of them they have this symbol which is armor. If you play the video game, that will be a like normal thing for you, because when you're attacking these guys in the video game, like they don't die. You have to break all the armor and then you can kill them. So you see, like they don't even have life points. Life points are green. They don't even have life points. They have just the armor. And this armor here, you can see is infinite, so you cannot be killed. So the thing that happens is that when he attacks, he flips, and now he's vulnerable. He's like he had an opening, and then you can hit him, right? And he has 20 life points. When you're attacking, let's say you do 3 damage, and then he's gonna attack again and gonna flip again, but the damage stays on him. Okay. So like in this side, he's invincible, but the damage is still there. So you have to wait until he flips again and to attack him again, and so on. This guy here has armor, but the armor has points, life points or whatever. So you have to break the armor. And he only flips once you break both of the armors that he have. In order to break the armor, you have to do the damage all at once. It doesn't like pile up. Like you cannot do like 3 damage and then he comes and do like 5 more. You have to do 15 damage all at once, using abilities, using whatever you like. And it has to be in this order: 15 and then 10. And then once you break everything, you flip, and then he has life points, and you can kill him. So the idea here, the game, is that once you start playing, like for the first time, the scenario, you don't really know what's going on. Like you have a kind of a mission. Sometimes it says here, oh, in order to win, you have to do this. You lose, you do that, and so on. But you don't quite know what's going to happen when you flip the card. So there's a little surprises there, and so on and such. And they all like have aspects of the video game, like the treasure. I think in the other God of War it was like that, right? You have runes, and you have to you have 3 runes, and you can open the treasure. This is just like the same. And there's also places that you don't have enemies, but you can interact with this. So if you use 2 cards like this, you interact and you flip these 2 together, and then something happens, and so on. Every time you hit an enemy, you use the cards, you sum all the damage that you can do, and you throw a die to see how much he's gonna block. Okay, so blocking is pretty much 0, 0, 5, and 2. So there's a good chance that he's not gonna block anything, and there's a slight chance that he's gonna block a lot of damage. That's it. That's pretty much the game. There's still some like small details. Another thing that I forgot to mention. So after the game round ends, everyone gets a card, puts here, play, go to the discard pile, then shuffle back, draw again, and so on. But once this game is over, you can keep the cards. So for the next campaign, it's a little bit more difficult, but you still have better cards. You have a better deck, and it goes all the way to the boss, which is very difficult, but you already have a lot of cards and so on. And that's it.
Hallo Freunde, schön aufgepasst, hier kommt der SpieleBlog zu euch nach Haus.